Hey, what's up? My name is Tackless, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial slash guide on how to do customly placed HUD elements on your screen and how to overlap HUD elements. In case you don't know what the HUD is, that is the acronym for Heads Up Display and is used commonly throughout the gaming world. So, this is something that I've wanted to learn how to do for a long time. Figured it out a little while ago. Got it perfected before I did this tutorial, obviously. But, this is something that you guys have requested a lot because the elusive few worlds out there have HUD elements that are overlapped or HUD elements that are on the screen where they don't usually belong. And this tutorial will teach you how to do both of those, plus a super handy guide that only took me an hour to make. So, I will have that guide in the description below when we get to it. But first, as quickly as I possibly can, I have an idea I want to bounce off of you guys. I like making videos that are not Project Spark, but one of the things that I love and value about my Project Spark channel, the one that you are currently watching right now, is that it's a really positive community and it's mostly factual based. There's not a ton of opinions or hate or fanboyism or elitism or anything on this channel. I have a really good like-dislike, not that I worship my like and dislike ratio, but I have a really good like and dislike ratio, mostly because I provide things that simply work. It's not that I'm trashing some video game or I think that another video game is amazing. It's just I present things that are factual, and you guys can receive them and use them accordingly. And I like that. And I like the atmosphere that I've created on my channel. I like how much discussion I get and all that. Now, I also wouldn't mind posting some more opinionated videos, but I'd hate to ruin the environment I've created on this channel. So I'm thinking about creating a second channel that I post to quite a bit less often. But, and it is my more opinionated stuff. My stranger stuff, my other weird games that I'm playing, even if it's only one video of that game. And stuff like I have a rant about Far Cry 4. It's a fun game. I've enjoyed it a lot. But I also despise it a little bit. I have a rant about some overrated and underrated games out there. Some stuff like that, which will not be popular to everyone, because, you know, we all have our opinions, and we can have our own opinions, and that's great. So I just wanted to bounce that idea off of you. If you were interested in that, leave a comment below saying that you'd be interested in a second channel, and I will maybe start creating some content to upload to it. If you think that I should just focus all my energy and resources on Project Spark tutorials, I totally understand that, and please leave a comment below. If you have an opinion about this and don't comment, I don't know your opinion. So I really want your feedback and your help on this. So that's long enough as is. We're about 3 minutes into it. Let's get started. So first off, what we're going to be dealing with here today are vector variables. Now, if you are not old enough or don't remember taking geometry in school, we're going to be doing a lot with geometry. Now, we're not going to be working with a 3D plane in this video because we're looking at HUD elements. But we're going to be looking at a 2D plane or a graph. We're looking at the same things that you learned in graphing in geometry, which is great because we're going to use a lot of that. Now, because I'm so handy and wonderful and love all of you fans so much, I have taken the time to make like something around 45 different variables and 45 different displays to show you exactly where you can put things on your screen. Now this has taken me forever. I'm going to take a screenshot of what you're seeing right now and post it in the description so that you have a guide image. But the green letters are the Y coordinate and the red numbers. The red numbers are the X element. Now, it's easy to keep track of those because in Project Spark, when you actually go to select X or Y, the X is red and the Y is green. So, in case you can't notice, you can only put elements from 0 to 1 on your screen. Anything between that has to be a decimal point. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. To go up, it's positive Y coordinates, and to go right, it's positive X coordinates. To go down, it's negative Y coordinates, and to go left, it's negative X coordinates. So, don't forget that. So, what we're going to be doing is, if you were to make a vector variable and you want to put an element, let's say in the top right corner, you could do that by just selecting. Let me actually go into the code to show you. You could go display meter health at position top right. You could do that. However, using these top right positioning does not allow you to overlap elements, and you're limited to the 9 different positions they have given you. Which, if you're making a complex game with maybe lots of text that's coming up, or you just want to do something different, you may not want to be stuck with those 9 positions. So, instead of that, we're going to have to define ourselves a vector variable. Now, all vector variables, which we're going to go here, vector variables, let's call this one top left. All vector variables start at 0, 0. Now 0, 0, oh, I'm getting a call from my sister. I'm going to have her decline that. Sorry, sister, we have more important things to do. I don't know why my controller keeps disconnecting. I'm currently using a SCUF control and I feel like I need to get it sent in for repairs. It's kind of taken a beating this last year. But unlike other variables, you have to define each one of the components separately. So rather than just vector equals something, which you can do sometimes, what we're going to be doing is vector y equals, and we're going to have to pick a number from 0 to 1. Now, I happen to know that a good number is 0.7, which, oh, that's negative 0.7, my bad. And you need positive 0.7 for this. That is going to be about 3/4 of the way to the top of the screen. Now, we also are going to copy and paste that same line, but instead of defining the y, we're going to be defining the x. Now, 0.7 would put it on the right side of the page. However, negative 0.7 would put it on the left side of the page. This is something that is going to take you a little bit of time to get used to, but you will get used to it, so don't worry. So now, instead of putting it at the top left, we can do at screen position top left. Better yet, let's say we want to, I don't know, put the text health over it. So we're going to go to text, and we're going to do health. Are you serious, controller? Come on. There we go. Display health at screen position top left. Now, something interesting that Project Spark does is that text, almost in every situation I've come across, text goes to the top. You don't overlay elements on top of text. Text always seems to rise to the top. Now, I will get into other element overlaying here in a bit. But when you're doing 2 elements and text is overlapping it, that's all you need to do. So if we were to test it, and let's see, top left corner we have a health bar that says health. How slick is that? I could probably remove the graph off my screen, but I'm going to keep it there so we can remember where things are. Now, if you look carefully, the center of our health bar is above -7 and 7 on the y and x coordinates. Note that it's the center of the element that gets placed there, not one side or another. So that's how you would place a single element with text over it. Now, I'm going to get rid of this and go to my examples that I have already created. We have a 3-layered piece of dialogue that comes up in the middle of the screen, and for this I am going to remove the grid. But it's going to have this champion frame and then a sun icon and the text "you've leveled up," and it will be in order: champion frame, then the sun, then "you've leveled up." As you can see, I've put priority 2 for brightness and priority 1 for the frame. That's because I want the frame to be under the sun. The higher the number of priority, the higher it is positioned. So, if we go into it now, you've leveled up. Now, I placed that at about 4 on the Y coordinate, 0.4, so that it's above my player. It doesn't interfere with gameplay, but it definitely pops up right in my field of view. Now, if we were to go back into him and go to, I scrolled down too far, switch this from priority 2 to priority 1, and switch from this priority 1 to priority 2, then the sun is behind the frame, and that frame happens to be transparent so you can see it. So, you can do stuff like that, and you can layer together some cool looking elements to create a really pretty dialogue box, or whatever you feel like doing. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to go over today. This is really not super difficult once you understand how to use it. But you have to create a vector variable for every custom object you place on the screen. It's also worth noting that if I was to have 2 different sets of text, so I put you leveled up and look at the text, and they are at the same position, they will overlap each other. My voice is not cooperating today, so if it sounds bad, that's why. As you can see, it overlaps and it looks terrible. So you have to keep that in mind. Unlike the traditional top right, top left, bottom right, bottom left placing, if you have multiple text displaying to the same vector variable, they will overlap. So I hope this video was helpful. This is something that a lot of people have asked for, understandably. I mean, this is really cool, and I'm playing with this a lot more now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys later. And be sure to comment what your thoughts are on a second channel, because I haven't decided yet and I want to hear your guys' input. So, thanks for watching. I will see you guys later.